Hey, this is Gerald Rogers, founder of the Prosperity Tribe and Creator Alliance, where I help entrepreneurs make money while living their purpose. So here's the question for today. Do you ever get stuck? Are you like me, where sometimes you just don't want to do anything, or where you just feel so overwhelmed and you just can't get yourself to take that next step? Well, so I've got a couple ideas. I've got a couple things that have worked very effectively in my life that have helped me progress when I feel stuck, and I hope that this video serves you in identifying some specific things that you can do. And let's face it, everyone gets stuck, and a lot of times it comes from either one of two things. Number one, it's because we feel like we don't know what to do next. Have you ever felt this way, where you're working on a project and maybe you're dealing with some technology thing, or you've got something with your work, or you're working with a specific client, I don't know what it is, but you just don't know what to do next. And let's face it, in business, in life, there will always come times where we're pushing the unknown. What's great about that is that's what growth is all about, is pushing into the stage of stepping into the unknown. But what's bad about it is oftentimes stepping into the unknown triggers all these fears and all these doubts and all this confusion. And if you don't know where you're going, it's very hard to take the steps to get there. You know what I'm saying? So, so at the end of the day, a lot of times we get overwhelmed when we don't know what to do. But what I find is more often the case is we know what to do, but we just can't get ourselves to do what we know. Have you ever experienced that? Where you know you should be on the phone making the calls to prospective clients, you know you should be reaching out and doing networking, you know you should be finishing your marketing, but instead of doing that, we get stuck, or we get overwhelmed, or we get frustrated, and we simply just don't want to do those things that we know. So if you've ever experienced this, or if you ever experienced any of those feelings of being overwhelmed, remember, overwhelm always leads to shutdown. But if you've experienced being stuck, then here's what I would offer in terms of 3 useful and powerful tips to keep you moving forward. So number 1, are you ready for this? You ready? Okay, so here you go. Don't take yourself too seriously. That's it. Sometimes you just got to give yourself a break. And that's really the best tip that I can offer right at the foundation, because a lot of times we get in this feeling, or we have these expectations that we have to have it all figured out, or we have to have it perfect, and if it's not perfect, that there's something wrong with us. And that's not the case at all. Let's face it, everyone gets stuck, especially those that are on this accelerated journey of life. And I always like to look at problems through that filter, or through that lens. Nothing's a problem to me, it's just an accelerated learning opportunity. And we don't always like those, but at least when we reframe them and see it for what it is and stop taking ourselves so seriously, we can step back and say, okay, I get it, I'm stuck, and we can stop beating ourselves up. Because let's face it, when you beat yourself up, does that help you get unstuck? I would say not. Heavens no. It doesn't help you get unstuck. It just perpetuates the challenge or problem. It just reinforces to the subconscious that something's wrong or something's broken with you, and that will never get you unstuck. So stop taking yourself so seriously. Give yourself a break, and part of giving yourself a break is just knowing that you get to be stuck sometimes, and it's okay. It's okay to be stuck, and sometimes the best thing to do is to shift or change, or just to simply take a break. This is a little secret, but this is one of my best getting unstuck strategies, is I take a nap. Yep, I take a nap. I just give in and say, you know, I'm feeling stuck right now. I don't want to work. I'm just going to lay down and just decompress and wake up with a fresh momentum and fresh mind. So that kind of leads into step 2. The second tip to getting unstuck, which is change something. Yeah, just change something. Just change your environment. Go out for a walk. Go do something dynamic. Read a different book. Go get around other people. This is a great thing to do if you're feeling stuck. Just go hang out with people that aren't stuck, but people that are inspired, and just get around other like-minded people. I mean, that's one of the foundational things that we do within the Prosperity Tribe, is just create the space for you to be elevated and for you to connect with other like-minded people that are also inspired creators. And you can imagine if you're feeling stuck and then all of a sudden you're around other people that are creating awesome things and doing some cool things and having great conversations, then almost like that, because you've changed something, your perspective fundamentally is different. And remember, all transformation is just a shift in perspective, a shift in the way that we see ourselves and the way that we see the world. All right, so the third tip that I'm going to offer in terms of getting unstuck is just learn how to effectively ask powerful questions. Powerful questions are the key to unlock the subconscious potential that you have. So let me give you some examples. So if you're feeling stuck, you have to ask questions to understand what's at the root of it. And so ask myself, well, why am I feeling this way? What is causing this? And dig down and to shift that perspective and say, well, what else could this mean? If you are feeling stuck because you want to go do some sales, or you should be doing marketing or recording a video to send out to your people or whatever it might be, and you're just feeling resistance, then all of a sudden ask, what's this resistance about? How's this showing up in my life? What's the cost if nothing changes? How is this preventing me from getting what I want, and what do I want? Notice how all of these are questions that turn your mind on and get you focused on a new outcome, a new direction. One of my favorite questions, this is like $1 million question, so just feel free to write this down, because I feel like this one question will help you get unstuck more than anything. Are you ready for this? So the question is, if you're facing like a big project, or you have this huge goal that you want to accomplish in your life, a big dream that you have, ask yourself, well, if I had already accomplished this goal, what would I have done to accomplish it? Does this make sense? Like, for those of you that have studied NLP or other mind programming things, what this is this space of future pacing yourself and shifting perspective and looking at the past from the future point of view. So if I had already accomplished this goal, how would I have done that? All of a sudden it activates your subconscious and it makes the impossible seem possible. Remember, impossible is nothing more than not having all the details, not having the right strategy. There are very, very few things that you could set as a goal that aren't quite possible in your life, but the question is, do you have the right strategy and do you have the right action plan to keep you moving forward? I hope these things serve, and some of them might seem basic at a fundamental level, but if you're feeling stuck, I encourage you, number one, stop taking yourself so serious, just lighten up, have some fun, take a break, change environments, and just be okay with the fact that you're not competing against anyone else in this game of life. You are you, and your journey is unique, and just understand that sometimes we get to be stuck, and that's okay. But when you give yourself permission to be imperfect, then all of a sudden you give yourself the ability to move forward faster. I hope this makes sense. Second key is to change something. Right, change your environments, get out, go for a walk, surround yourself with some powerful, like-minded people. I recommend to everyone that you work with a powerful coach, that you work with a coach that can keep you moving forward, that can help you shift perspective, that can help you align, help teach you the things that you may not already know, but most importantly, get you inspired to do the things that you do know and to help clarify. Remember, clutter shuts down, clarity propels. Clarity is power. Clarity is what? Power! Clarity is what? Power! So grasp onto that clarity, keep moving forward, and change something. Get different conversations in your life. And the third thing we talked about is just asking powerful questions. So what would be some powerful questions you could ask when you get stuck? And just keep using questions as a way to direct your subconscious to be in alignment with your conscious desires and outcomes. Because when we're stuck, that's really what's happening, as our unconscious beliefs and our conscious desires are at odds and they're battling. And unfortunately, our subconscious limiting beliefs or limiting lies will always dominate our conscious beliefs. So align your subconscious by simply asking powerful questions. I hope that serves you. I really, as I was thinking about this and just knowing the clients that I work with and the people that I coach, I get that this is an ongoing process. And I hope that you experience great power in this journey of growth and production in your business, and just understand that it's one day at a time. Keep moving forward. Bring the right team into your life to support you as you create and live your purpose. And so that's all. I just want to connect with you, say hi, I love you, and just remember you have one life to live. Live big.